we're going to discuss in this session some more features in the report manager, right? So just go to this configuration manager, all programs,
Oh, I can't see a screen.
yeah, all programs. Here you can go configuration tools. These configuration tools, reporting services, configuration manager. So this is for report manager URL. I'm connect here. Connect report manager URL. Click here. So right, today in this report manager, what we are going to discuss: how to create a linked report. What do you mean by linked report? And how to improve the performance of these SSRS reports by using caching and snapshot, and how to deliver the reports by using subscriptions. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss. So basically, this linked report means you have some other report in your report manager. Already you have designed that report. Okay, so based on that, by using this existing report, I want to generate a new report. So in what kind of scenarios we are going to use these linked reports? The scenario in the sense like, for example, you have one report, different categories, right? So bikes category and clothing and accessories and components. So each category manager is different. Got it? So the bikes category sales manager is different, clothing category sales manager is different, and accessories category sales manager is different. A particular manager wants to see the report. The bikes category manager wants to see only bikes information, and the clothing manager wants to see only clothing information, and the accessories manager wants to see only accessories information, and this component manager wants to see only components information. But you have only one report, so in that report we have given one drop down list. So based on their interest, they want to select bikes or clothing or accessories. Then it will display the report. But what I'm going to do here, I don't want to allow to see a particular, for example, this clothing manager, I don't allow to see bikes information. And accessories manager, I don't want to allow to see remaining categories information. So in that kind of scenarios, we are going to create a linked report. The linked report in the sense the base report is same, but we are putting a default parameter value as bikes, and one more linked report default input parameter as components, and one more clothing, one more accessories. So you can create 4 linked reports, okay, and on each report you can give permissions to that particular manager. Okay, right. So how to create this linked report? So go to this LBN reports folder. I don't know whether we have these reports, right? So for example, if you are going to the matrix report, okay. So there is no parameter for this one, right? Right. So I'm going to see this one more report. In my reports, product info report, we'll see. So this report having category, you can give any category by REM 2005 or 2006. Okay, if you are seeing the report, still it is loading the report. Okay, right. So this is the bikes related information is coming. So by using this report, I want to create a linked report. So how to create the linked report? You just click here and create linked report. So the report name I'm going to give, this is bikes report. Okay, and the parameter value, what value you want to create? The value I'm going to give as default value bikes, and here also I'm going to give 2005. Okay, and apply. Sorry, bikes report. Click OK. See, the report is created. So always this report, it will display only this bikes information. So then that report bikes manager will come and see this report, and we will give permissions to on this report for only that bikes manager, that particular category manager only. So in this week you can create many number of linked reports and passing that particular parameter value. The base report designing and everything is coming from the product info report only. The difference is the parameter value you are passing is different. Okay, it is giving only bikes information. Come here and we'll see the linked report. See, this is the linked report we have created. So it is different, right? So whenever you are comparing with the normal base report, so the linked report is different. Okay, so then you can give security permissions that particular manager only, that particular user ID only you can add. Edit item security, new role assignment. So you can add that particular manager and give the browser permission. That user ID, the user ID you can give here and you can add. Okay, so that is about the linked report, how to create a linked report and how to use the linked report. How did we create? So you just go to the base report, create linked report. The linked report name you have to give here and what parameter value you are going to pass here. Okay, so that is the linked reports. What is the usage of this linked reports? Without designing a same report again, so the base report you can use and you can pass the different parameter values, you can display the different result based on the requirement in report designer level. Okay, that is about the report, linked report. Okay, right. So my report is taking too much time. See, whenever you are previewing the report is taking too much time to preview the report. I don't know whether that reason is our query, whatever the procedure or query you have written inside this report, right? So to fetch the data from database to this report, definitely you have written one query. So that query also takes some time to get the data from database, to execute the query and to process the data. So whether the problem is in query, right? So you have to find out how to improve the performance of SQL query or a stored procedure. So always try to use stored procedure only instead of direct queries. So why we are using the stored procedure? The reason is, if you are using the stored procedure, you no need to go to the report and modify the query. You just go to here and in the SQL Server Management Studio, open the stored procedure and you can modify the stored procedure. Then that will affect in the report, because in the report we are just giving the procedure name only, not the entire code. If you are putting the entire code, you have to modify that code. That is a headache process. Without opening the SSRS designing window, you can modify your SQL query from here by using a stored procedure. Understood, guys? Why we are using the stored procedure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So even if you are improving your query performance, it is taking too much. Okay, so what we can do? So in that kind of scenarios,
We,
we are going to use caching option. What do you mean by caching?
it's like a memory.
Yeah.
Uh,
For example, you are the first user You just log into this report manager URL, and if you are previewing this report, whatever the report you are previewing, so that result it is saved into in memory, that is cache memory. Okay, so the next time whenever you are trying to browse the same report, it is not taking the report from report manager or report database. It is taking from the cache memory. Okay, the report is located in, for example, you are the user, so you are requesting for a report in the report manager. So that report manager is contacting the report server. Okay, so that report server from where it is taking the report from report manager database, report manager database, and the data from data source connection, our SQL server. Okay, and finally it will display the result. So the first time whenever you are previewing this report, okay, the first time whenever you are previewing this report, you are the user here, report manager, report server, this is report database, and this is, what is this one, data source. From here you are getting the information to do. You are applying the caching, you are requesting one report, and it will contact report manager and the report server. Finally it will display the report here. So whatever the report, whatever the result you are getting, it is keeping into one cache memory. It is saving the copy of that report. So the next time you are going to use the same report in the report manager, it is first it will check in the cache memory whether that kind of report is existing here or not. If it is not there, then it will jump into report server. If it is there, it will return whatever the copy already saved in the cache memory. Okay, so the first time whenever you are executing this report, it is taking some time, definitely, because it is not cached. The first time it will take the report from report server and report database, report temporary database, and data source. So definitely it has to process the report, and it has to fetch the data from data source connection. It has to return the report. And the next time onwards, no need to process the report, no need to execute the report, no need to fetch the data. Directly it is taking the copy of that report. Just this screen only it is saving in the cache. It is just displaying that report to you the second time if you are applying the cache. And you can apply how to remove this cache. Correct. So daily if you are showing the same report, then it is not useless, right? Whenever you are loading your SSIS package data, for example daily morning 8 a.m. you are loading the fresh data. So definitely after that this report also has to show the fresh data, right? So every day 8 a.m. after 8 a.m. whatever the cache report, whatever the report is cache, we want to remove that one, because we are going to take the fresh data. So again whenever you are log into the first time into this report manager and you are browsing this report, so that day it is caching. So the same next day 8 after 8 a.m. I want to delete the entire cache. Again we are going to maintain the cache memory. Got it? So in this way you can using the cache. So how to implement the cache? right? Just go to here. On which report you are going to maintain the caching? So click on manage. Go to processing options. See here, always run this report with the most recent data. If you are selecting this option, so under this we have three options. Okay, if you are selecting this, always run this report with the most recent data. That means it is taking the live data. Right. For example, this don't cache temporary copies of the report. Don't cache temporary copies of this report. That means if you are by default this option is we are not caching. Don't copy the temporary copies of the report. If you want to make the caching, definitely you have to select this option. Cache a temporary copy of the report. Okay, whatever the report is browsing, that report you are going to keep here in a caching and expire the copy of the report after number of minutes. After 30 minutes, whatever the report is cached, automatically it will remove the report. Okay, and so instead of giving this 30 seconds, 40 seconds, we are going to schedule this one daily at particular time. Cache a temporary copy of the report. Yes, we are going to cache and expire the copy of the report following schedule. We are going to maintain the schedule here. Okay, so you just configure here on what time you are going to schedule this report. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Every day we are going to expire the cache from cache memory, and we are going to freshly creating the cache memory. Okay, and at what time you are, from what date you are going to start this caching. Okay, and this is the timing, at what time, AM or PM. That is, this is the, from this date onwards we are going to begin our caching. Okay, so this way you can schedule this one. Click OK. Or week base or month base. So definitely daily it will caching this report and it is saved in the cache memory, and daily it will expire early morning 8 AM. And if you see here, this is the shared schedule. Instead of creating the each schedule, you can maintain one shared schedule also. Okay, so the same way how we are using a shared data source connection, you can create one time one schedule, and that schedule you can use inside it. Right now we don't have any shared schedules. This is about the caching. And one more way we have, I told you, right? In the first way, that is a caching method, the first user has to execute the report. The first user has to execute. Definitely, the first time it is taking too much time because that has to take from the report server, report database, and data source connection. The first time. The second time onwards, it is coming from cache memory. But what about the first time? If even it is taking too much time in the first time, definitely the user don't want to accept these kind of scenarios. So in that kind of scenarios, what we are going to do, we are going to snapshot option. See here, render this report from the snapshot daily at particular time. Okay, daily at particular time. Automatically it will execute the report. For example, daily 8 a.m. we are going to automatically that report will execute and keep into some page. Whenever the user wants to come and see the same report, it is coming from that particular place, not from the report server. Okay, instead of executing first time manually, we are scheduling this report. Use the following schedule to create a report snapshot. What time we are going to create? 8 a.m. daily. Okay, but now for demonstration purpose, create the report snapshot when you click apply button on this page. If you are clicking apply, then immediately it will create this one sample. From next time onwards, whatever the schedule you have given, based on that schedule it will execute. Click apply. Did you understand the difference between the snapshot and caching?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you want to schedule anything, if you want to run snapshots or subscriptions, so definitely you have to start your SQL Server agent in running mode. How to start this service? You can go here, services.msc, or you can start from the SQL Server Management Studio also. This SQL Server agent. You have to start this one. Right, that is started. So you can come here, so go back, go here, manage processing options. Okay. Render this report from the report snapshot. Use that particular schedule, okay, daily 8 a.m. and create a report snapshot here immediately. Apply. It has created. Okay. Come to snapshot options. Okay. Allow report history to be created manually, and store all the report snapshot history. Okay. So whatever the report you are executing, right? So automatically it is executing the report and it will keep into report history. Okay. And what schedule you are going to use to keep that report into a report history? This particular schedule. Okay. For example, if I'm going to make 7:06 a.m. 7, 8. Okay. So daily at this time it will and keep in the report history. You can track it. But this report history, whatever the reports are executing and coming into this year. Okay. daily at particular time. This is for a historical purpose. You can track, okay, at that particular time we have this report and we can see that. Okay. That where we have enabled this report history option, we have enabled here. Daily at particular time, this report is the report, whatever the report is going to execute, the snapshot report, it will add into this report history. You can see all these reports, daily executed reports, it will save that reports there. Okay. About the snapshot and caching. The next one is subscription. For example, daily 8 a.m. I want to deliver the report to my manager mail. I want to send a mail. I want to execute and keep into one Windows folder. Automatically, and it has sent that mail to my manager, or keep that file into a particular Windows folder or shared folder. So whatever the users for this report, they will take that report from that particular Windows folder, shared folder. Okay, how to create a subscription? So definitely you have to if you want to deliver the report, so you have to use these subscriptions. Okay, and you have to select the delivery method, whether it is a mail or it is a you are going to keep in one folder. So go to subscriptions, create a subscription. For this report, I am going to create a new subscription. See here, there are two kind of methods. One is email, one is which method you are going to use for delivery. Yes, I want to send this into email. If you sometimes this email is not enabled here because you are not configuring this email settings here. So you have to give the SMTP server name here and from which mail ID you are going to send. This is a just dummy value I have given. Okay, this is not a original value. To the system administrators, they will provide you this sender address and SMTP server. So that information you have to put in the report service configuration manager. Okay, and you can take this. So then after you are applying, then only you can find out this delivery method is email. Okay, until you can see only Windows file share. So I'm going to use the email delivery method. Okay. To which mail ID you are going to send? So boyaparty.ram100@gmail.com. Okay, to this mail ID I want to send this. CC, if you want to include any other mails also, you can include. And whenever you are separating this, you can separate like this, semicolon. And so after this, if they want to reply mail, so that reply mail also you can put it here. What is the subject? The subject means the report name is coming here from this variable and what time it is executed. That is the subject line. Okay, see here, include the report and which format you are going to send this report. Excel format, PDF format, OTAF. Then select any of this. Okay. What is the priority? Normal, low, high, and write down the comment here also. If you want to write down anything, and so you have to schedule this report, run this subscription. At what time we are going to run this one? Select schedule. See how you are going to create daily at particular time. I'm going to create this subscription. Okay. 8 daily. Okay. Click OK. Right, these are the report parameters. Already you have given the default values bikes and 2005. You will take that parameter values and it will execute the reports. This is the subscription created. For example, if you want to see all the subscriptions, whatever the subscriptions you have created in the this report manager level, can see here. In the subscriptions, home, my subscription site settings, right? So this is the my subscription. Here my subscription. Okay, in this my subscriptions you can find out these things. So just click on the my subscriptions. What are the subscriptions you have? Yes, this is the subscription. If you want to edit, yes, you can. See, this is the subscription. Instead of using email delivery, I want to use Windows file share. Okay, if you are using the Windows file share, the path you have to give in which folder you are going to save this one. So the path you don't give like this way. For example, if I want to share the details, go to share. Sorry, Bhavana, can you please put in mute? Some noise is coming. Data. So the folder name is shared folder. Okay, so I want to put this file into this folder. Okay, if you are keeping this like the path like this way, that is wrong. The path is not valid. So the path must contain to uniform naming convention. Okay, so whenever you are giving the path, don't give like a local path. You have to give that machine name and folder name. Okay, how we can get this one? For example, I want to share this folder. Right click, properties, sharing, share, or you can copy this one also. Control C and keep here. See, this is the path you have to enter. This is my machine name and this is the folder name. Okay, and what kind of format you want to send? Excel format. So if you have any username and password to access that particular folder, so you have to enter that username and password. And override options, override an existing file with a newer version. For example, if you have already that file in the particular folder, so what you are going to do here, don't override the file if previous version exists. If you want to increment that with a new name, that is your choice. Okay, and the schedule you have to specify here, then click OK. The username and password I am going to give are your Windows. So but this credential should have permission on that particular access on that particular folder. Click OK. Right, so we have created the subscription here. If you want to delete the subscription, click here, delete. See, are you sure you want to delete? No, cancel. Okay, so this is about the delivery methods in the report manager by scheduling the reports. Okay, and the last one is report builder. What exactly this report builder? Okay, so the report builder means The client, he can build a report on fly. So you don't need any knowledge on this SQL server or creating the reports. Okay, so this report builder is a separate part. Okay, he can build his own reports and he can save the reports. See, verifying the application requirements, this may take a few moments to connect to that report builder. See, do you want to run this application? Yes, run it. The first time, whenever you are using this is the first time, it is taking this much of time. Okay, it has to download the first time. Right. So this is not useful one. Okay, this is a very very rare case. Okay, we are using this report builder. So it is opening the report builder here. See, here you can, sorry, so here you can create a report, your own reports. You can create the data source, you can create the data set. Okay, and if you want to use these charts, okay, and all these things, you can gauge, map, data bar, sparkline, indicator. So this is a kind of separate tool here. It's a separate kind of tool to design the reports. This is something like a customized one. Instead of using a SSRS, in SSRS design window, you can use the report builder and you can design all the reports here. Okay, close this one.
And in real time access means
Come again.
in real time, like in projects, is this one used
No,
or do they?
we are not using in real time scenarios. Okay, very rare case we are using this one. Okay, so everything we are designing the reports in report designer, and we are deployed into here. Okay, and the client wants to browse these reports from this report manager URL, or sometimes the front end application, it may be .NET, or it may be SharePoint, or it may be report manager. So the report manager is the simplest. Already it is designed by Microsoft, right? So for example, if you want to create a site, you can create by using .NET also. So the .NET people, they will present our reports in .NET application, front end application. So as a report developer, you have to create the, you have to design the reports, and whatever the files we have, right, .rdl files. Okay, that files you have to give, or you have to deploy into the report server. From the report server, this .NET people will call the .rdl file, or they can use, as a developer, you just submit that rdl file, .rdl file, they can use that one. In the SharePoint also, you can deploy into these reports into report server in the SharePoint integrated mode. Okay, they will give some URL to you, and in the report designer window, whenever you are going to deploy, instead of giving this report server URL, you can give that SharePoint URL. Automatically it will deploy into that particular location. Okay, and the remaining administration, all those things they will do, because they are the front end application people. We are just back end, we are just designing the reports and writing the queries. Okay, so that is about the SSRS, right? So the main things we have to learn in SSRS is, if you see the questions like what is the extension of SSR, what is the extension of the report, what is this .rdl, right? And what is the difference between embedded and shared data source? Why we are not creating, why we are not creating shared data sets? And the next one is, what is the difference between table and matrix report item? And so there are a lot of report items, right? Image, what is the image? So there are three options in image, right? External, embedded, and database. What is the difference between these three? Okay, and rectangle, text box, all these things. Okay, and all the report items, you have to, all the report items, and the charts. And the next one is different kind of reports, and before that, parameterized reports. Difference between query level and report level parameter. Difference between query level and report level parameter. Different kind of reports means drill down report, sub report, drill through report. That means actions. Three kind of actions we have, right? Go to report, go to bookmark, go to URL. And sub report, cascading reports, cascading parameters. Okay, and all the regions like gauge, data bar, indicators. Okay, and what is the tooltip? And some of the functions in SSRS like row number. Okay, and running value, and switch function, and IIF function. These are the most popular functions. Okay, and the next one is how to deploy reports. What is report manager and report server? Okay, and what is the first step to do in report manager after deploying? So you have to do save the username and password for the data source connection. Okay, and the next one is what is a linked report? Right, difference between what is the how to improve the performance of SSRS report. You can use snapshot caching. What is the difference between the snapshot and caching, and what is a subscription? Okay, how to write the customized code inside, how to write VB code to write customized functions. Okay, and all this report, what are the reports you have saved, and what are the subscriptions, what are the caching, all these things where you have saved in the report server temporary database, right? So you can connect to, or you can go here. So you can see report server database. Inside the report server database there is a catalog file. So inside this catalog table, so all the deployed reports information it is saved. Okay, there are different tables, each table having different data. So in this report, in this you can find out all the reports, what are the reports you have deployed. See, these are all the things you have deployed. Okay, and also what is the schedule information, what is the snapshot data, all these, and subscriptions, how many subscriptions you have, that information also you can save in the these tables. Automatically it will save. See, you have created one subscription, right? And so this is cache plan history, and all these things are existing in this particular tables, this database, report server database. Okay, what is the report server database? These are the main topics, and they will ask you questions like this way. Okay, so we have to prepare thoroughly these topics. Okay.